Okay, we're back. I'm going to try and get a little closer if I can to what's going on. You'll now notice it says the system is up to date. We're going to restart the system. Hopefully. There he goes. We do a clean, it's going to do a clean boot after it's done everything. Screen hasn't detected any data yet, but it's coming. And I see our little green light is flashing. Screen thinks it's coming back alive. Things are happening. Trust me, things are happening. There's a lot of activity going on that card. You can see the little green light there, solid green. Now it's flashing a bunch. It's important to know that what you're loading here is your own private Linux system. You will have total control over this system. You'll be able to install whatever you want in it and run it. Let's see how, maybe that gets close enough. As you see, you got up here, you've got the application button where you can decide what you want to run. Some internet stuff, various settings, various accessories. We're wide open to install just about anything we want on here. You'll notice that up here we have a browser icon, we have our file manager, and we have a terminal window. I'm going to open a terminal window because I like that. I'm just going to see what it says here. I know this is almost impossible for you guys to see, but basically he's telling me that the wireless LAN is connected on an internet address and where it's going out and how many packets have occurred. Exit is good enough for that. We have our file manager. So this is what is on our system. This is our particular, in this case, my usage. Hello, Arthur. Whatever documents I have. There is a system up here called ETC, sometimes referred to as Etsy, and that's where a lot of configuration data goes in. We have the various devices that are connected, various block devices and buses and their drivers. We have the actual boot code that was used to bring this up. Bin is basically your raw library of commands that are built into the system. There's a lot of them up there, just like that command I just typed. We're dealing with an X10 or X11 system display up here. If we wanted to, we could open up an application. Oh, you're bothering me, Arthur. Our accessories, you'll see down here, there's a configuration section, and there's also recommended software. This is the software library that we can go grab and install without having to do anything to think about other than just click and shoot. Like any window type structure, you can grab a corner and spread it. You'll notice that we're going to go through something here real simple. I'm going to install a programming language that I like, which is Python. Maybe. Let's go all programs. I'm going to see what I got. Well, how about the Office program? All of the Office stuff. This is the entire Office library. It's open source. I click apply, and it should start, or there it is, there's Office. There's a little button up here to click on to check and say I want it. Apply. It's now going to download it all from a central server. There are tons of Raspberry Pi, what we call repositories. Hopefully we will have a local one in the CLE with us on a Wi-Fi that will be called class files, which will have all of the files that we might need for this class, and you'll be able to download them and bring them onto your system. While that's going on, this is, by the way, a quad-core ARM processor with a reasonable amount of memory. It's capable of doing a lot of things simultaneously. We might as well bring up a browser. We're going to lose our screen because I shook the table. I don't know if you can see the little clock rotating up, the mouse rotating while it's doing it, because we're beating it to, we're getting a lot of activity because we're downloading the entire Office system onto this machine. And of course he's going to take, are you sliding? He is, he's sliding a little bit. I don't like that. I'll have to work on that screen today. But for the sake of arguments, how about we'll just go to Lockheed, see what's happening out there in the world. And as you can see, standard things we used to see. How about an SR-72 or a hypersonic device sitting there? It's just like as if you've loaded anything else. And that is the story. I'm going to turn it off at this point because everything is now set up and ready to go. A piece of simple information for those who are used to using Windows. You'll see 3 buttons up here at the top. The first one is just to bring down a window or raise up a window. The X says if you bring it down, it just goes down to the baseline. It's still running. You can see it right here. If I click on it, just bring it back up. This goes to full screen, and that exits. So that's pretty straightforward. We're now off to run, and this thing is installing packages. And this is a clean initial install. From ground zero to having a running computer has been about 15 minutes. More time will pass as we get going, but this is your first job. Hopefully, as you come to your first class, you will have completed this step. Okay, I'm going to stop it. We'll say goodnight to Arthur. Good night, Arthur. And hopefully you'll see this and get moving.